Hello everyone, welcome back. We're going to get started on part 19 of the Case 310G Dozer restoration project. The primary goal of this video is going to be pulling the track assemblies or the roller assemblies. They have some pretty profound wear. You can see this one stopped spinning at one point and has worn completely through. This side's pretty sharp right here, and there's quite a shoulder machined in just from the track rolling over the years. Front idlers don't look too terrible. They spin, but they're setting on the ground right now. They do have some lipping going on right there. Hopefully you can tell if the camera will focus. They are a little sharp, but nothing too bad, nothing to write home about just yet. I wasn't able to post a video this Saturday because I spent most of the time working on an alternative heat source for Charlie's shop out here. I'll take a quick look at that. This is a waste oil stove that my brother Luke worked very, very hard on. I built this stand many years ago for this when we used it as a wood burner. We're still in the preliminary testing phases right now. It's an old crestwood. You can see there. Don't know how old it is, don't know much about it. We painted it this color. You can see it's starting to burn off right into the firebox. We have our burner pot in there. And then we introduce the waste oil right here with a gate valve. You open this up, and then there's your sight glass so you can get the right stream of oil going to burn just proper. Put this on as a windscreen, and then we have a 5-gallon bucket hoisted up there. I will do a future video on this later on, but like I said, we're still in the preliminary testing phases. So that's enough talk about that. Preliminary game plan for pulling the lower rollers and the front idler is to remove these 3 bolts right here, and right here. These 2 lines, hopefully. And then the same on the other side, and remove this bolt right here. And then I'm hoping the entire assembly will roll out this way. That's the game plan. I don't know if that's how it's going to go down. We're going to get you guys on the tripod and we'll bring you along. Quick change of plans. I'm going to disconnect the drive line here out of the back of the bell housing right here. Should be 4 bolts. Should be relatively simple. And then since the bell housing is just sitting in here loose, basically, has a couple of bolts here and here. Hopefully that comes out on camera. Then I think I can pull this forward. That will give me access to these bolts, which look pretty chewed up and nasty. I think the dirt has worked them over the years. So that's what we're going to get started on. We'll bring you along. Going to get a little bit more tricky, pardon the shoddy camera work. We have the return spring bumping up against this line right here. You can see it's kind of at an angle. Doesn't quite look proper, but perhaps it is. And then we have to figure out where we want to separate our clutch linkage from the bell housing. I disconnected the accelerator pedal. It goes through this plate right here. Has a return spring. I've already bagged that, and this was just setting in here without a cotter pin or split pin, some people call them. So that was quick and easy. I'm going to now remove the operator's platform backing right here. The accelerator pedal stays. Here's the linkage I talked about. And the brake lever and the clutch, the brake pedal, I'm sorry, and the clutch pedal also stay. And then it's just a bolt there, right down here, and then two up under the dash, one right there and there. So let's get that out now. And that one twisted off. It's been a long time since those have been out of there. This is not going according to plan. Buy a dozer, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Hard to keep working on this stuff when it fights you literally every step of the way. Success! Okay, here you can see our clutch pedal. You can actuate it like so. I don't think, guys, that this return spring rubbing this solid steel hydraulic line is factory. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Got some pretty profound wear on the spring. I'll have to replace that for sure. It's been doing it quite a while. Hopefully we don't have to replace our steel line. Fingers crossed. That one's definitely not factory, as loosey-goosey as it is. So someone's been in here at some point. Return spring clip there. And now the pin is seized. We'll see if we can get this side loose. She's a fighter today. Hey, we got half of it. And we got the other half. Alright guys, more profound wear. It's been stabbed, or jabbed rather, a few 100,000 times at least. Okay, 2 more bolts and we should be able to pull the bell housing. That one came off. One out. Number 2. That's good on stuff. Got our drive line. Doesn't feel too bad. Okay, quite quickly, now that we have the bell housing pulled, I'm going to re-clean my area because I used every single tool that I own to pull the bell housing. It was kind of frustrating, I'll be honest. Then we will re-zero, refocus, and start pulling the undercarriage. Okay, we have all of our tools organized up. Impact is still out. I like using the 3/8 more than anything. It doesn't really hammer on your hands as much. A subscriber commented that I need to bump up to a 1/2 inch impact. I have one of those right here. I just try to use this as much as possible because, like I said, it's more gentle on your hands, things of that nature. Obviously, I'm going to be going straight to 1/2 inch for all the undercarriage bolts. I'm trying something new with the videos, trying to do more sped up and sound included time lapse instead of tons and tons of music, and I'm trying to make a hybrid out of it. And so I'm going to start a montage of heating up the bolts that I need to remove. Should be 3 here. They need heat. I've already tried them with the 1/2 inch. I'm gonna have to heat up these hydraulic fittings, I'm sure. These inside the track frame, I'm probably gonna have to heat up. This looks like cast iron, so I can blow them if I have to. Hopefully I don't have to. With that being said, we're gonna start the time lapse right now. guys, we have all of our nuts loose. This one gulled the threads. It is unusable, so I may have to turn it into a liquid. We will see. Show you the other side. Not regretting bringing a cutting torch out here. We have all of these out, except for our bottom one. The nut is off. You can see them laying there. So, we should, as soon as we get those out, be able to bring these two undercarriage components out in parallel. There was a 1/2 inch bolt right here, 3/4 inch head right there. That is the shield for right here. So that should stay with the undercarriage. Before I get too much more crazy and knock the rest of our bolts out, I'm going to look this thing over real good with my small flashlight and make sure there isn't something else that I have neglected to disconnect, which I don't believe there is, but you never know. It always pays to check twice. And then we will tap our bolts out, and we will hopefully roll this undercarriage right out the front, Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise. We'll bring you along. The bolt is finally starting to come, but something in my gut is telling me to put some dunnage right underneath of our rear sprockets. I don't know that the entire thing would do this. It shouldn't, because I'm lifting up front, but I'm not taking the chance. I don't want to be wearing that sprocket as a belly button ring, so I'm going to throw some dunnage under there and then tap out our final bolt. Praise the Lord. I think we're free. I'm going to reposition the forklift slightly, and then, fingers crossed, I'm going to roll this undercarriage out. We'll bring you along. free, guys. We did it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the undercarriage is pulled. We're just making this thing into modular cubes. We can rebuild one piece at a time. I had to pull the instrument panel and hydraulic tank. That was in the time lapse. I didn't discuss doing that. It was very simple. There was 3 bolts on each side. I think my machine had set out because I had to heat 4 of the 6 bolts. And then there was a little floor pan right here. It bolted in right there and right there. You saw me cut that bolt. That was very, very annoying for it to be under the dash, out of the weather, and I still had to cut the animal. That was pretty disheartening. Annoying is what it is. We have quite a mess to clean up. Take a look, let you guys see inside the frame rails. She's really, really opening up. I've got a small little outbreak of oil trying to run away on me. Let me get that taken care of. Okay, we have our oil stopped, for now at least. It is really, really opening up, the old girl. You can get in, service things, put things right. You saw we had a spring rubbing this for about 50 years. That was awesome. Rubbed a nice little gouge in it. We'll cover that later. Just a general little walk around of it. Let you guys see it. I'm gonna call this video Pulling the Undercarriage, even though we pulled several other components. If you're enjoying this series, please remember to leave a like. It helps out the channel, helps out the algorithm. Leave a comment below. Subscribe for more. Go join us on our Facebook page. The link will be in the description below. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time.